So, shows at DVC.
Wait, I gotta ask. So, never mind. Logan, Brianna, take his place. So welcome everyone. I'm here today with Logan Varas De Valdes, who's in the ensemble. Daphne Borenstadt, who is in the makeup crew. Our sound crew, Evelyn McCollum. Brianna Mungo, who plays
Gynecia
in DVC Drama's Head Over Heels. Say hello, Brianna.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
So is this your first show at DVC?
This is the first show that I've been as a cast member, but as crew-wise, this is actually only my second. My first show that I was in for crew-wise was as Unsealed.
Okay.
And it was also funny because I also did that my last year of high school. So I got to play as Vlad Vladikov, the Who's, as a military, all this other stuff. And so when I came here for my first semester, you guys were already doing songs for the musical, and you guys already had your cast and everything, and you didn't have a crew yet. So I knew the songs. I came in because I didn't really know where to go for the drama stuff, and I came in and I heard you guys singing it, and I came in and was like, I know that music. And so we started singing along, and they go, you should join the crew. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's kind of how I got into here.
Probably sing a lot backstage as well with
Yeah. They were not happy about that. I was like, sorry, I can't help it. So
It is not. It is my 8th show, question mark. We have Hairspray. You Can't Take It With You.
Oh, that's right.
Night. Yeah. Footloose. Our Lady of 121st Street. Seussical. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which was unfortunately canceled.
That's right.
And now Head Over Heels.
Right on. You got a whole lot of work done here. It's very exciting.
No, it's not. So I first got involved with Seussical, and I did like a lot of animal like makeup because of the Who's and Whoville.
It's it's almost its own sort of
Oh
beast.
yeah, a lot of the costumes were mainly just focused on like makeup, like full on monkey makeup or turning your face into an elephant. So it was a lot. It was harder than this show, but it was still good.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. I mean, we've seen Seussical. It was pretty brilliantly done.
Yeah.
Oh no. I used to go to DVC like 2 years ago. Back in my first 2 years of college. I'm getting old now. But so my first show was actually Hairspray. I was part of the ensemble, Nicest Kids in Town, and then I was in the Laramie Project where I played multiple roles. And then I crewed You Can't Take It With You.
Yeah.
That was my first show that I crewed here, and the only show until now. And then I was in The Mystery of Evan Drood and then Godspell. So that's my DVC history.
Such wonderful shows too. I love that. Can you tell us about any outside work you've done outside of DVC?
After DVC, I immediately went to UCI, Zot. And there I could list like a bunch of things. I will just mention the Penelopead because that was the mainstay show that I did there, and it was a fantastic show with a fantastic group of people, female directed, all female cast, fantastic management team, and just crew all around, just like the best experience I've ever had on a show because there was just there was so much like thought put into like the actor's safety and just the overall like atmosphere of how collaborative it was and just how much the director wanted to hear our voices in the process of it. Yeah, it was so great. We love collaborations with students. The director was a directing grad student.
Oh, okay.
So it was very much like a student project, basically.
Oh, that is so exciting.
Yeah. Everybody on the show were like either undergraduate students or graduate students in like the stage management program, the lighting program, sound program, you name it.
Yeah.
I have, yes. I acted in shows all throughout high school, and then I also do film, TV, commercial, voiceover work just around the area when I can. So.
Not so much with makeup, but in high school I did a lot of acting. I was in Into the Woods. I was one of the stepsisters. And my twin was the other one.
That's right!
I know! And then I was in a play called Almost Maine. It's like a bunch of short snippets. And I was a guy who was like drunk like meeting his or like seeing his ex at a bar and like
gotcha.
trying to win her back. That was fun.
There was not really any. How do I word this? There have been a couple of outside shows that I've done that aren't technically connected from like DVC, but there were ones where I knew people from DVC. Like one of them being Broadway Stories.
Oh, okay.
We did that to fundraise for what was it called?
Cactus.
Cactus. There we go.
Here we can reword that again too. What?
But yeah, it was a really fun experience being able to perform with all those people outside of school and all that. Make it less more of like an assignment or like a project that we had to do. It was really fun to be able to
Just like this sort of benefit sort of project you did.
Yeah, it was funny, especially because there was me and another person who were the only ones that weren't doing actually like going to kick actives, so we were just helping for fun.
Right on. That's really exciting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So, with those projects under your belt, how would you compare those to this sort of new movie musical adaptation we're doing here at DVC?
Well, this is definitely different from the sort of musical performances and experiences that I've had, but I've also had the last couple of semesters I've been doing dance. So I've definitely gotten used to being behind the camera because the last couple of semesters, including this one, we're doing behind the camera and we're doing this big movie thing. So I've kind of gotten used to it, but this is still a whole nother level because not only do we have to make sure like the singing and all that stuff is done, but the costumes and all that are completely different than what I'm used to. So this is definitely a much more interesting experience, and it's also much more fun because the way we're doing it here is still new to me, and I like being able to kind of experience new things along the way with these cast members because I feel like that's how we grow.
Yeah,
that's kind of how we kind of become more of like comfortable not only with one another but also kind of just within ourselves.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like a combination of like everything I've like done thus far in one. Because like doing film work is so different from like theater work because it's not like a thorough storyline. You're like jumping around,
Yeah.
And that's like what we're doing with this, but it's also with the theatrical aspect.
Yeah.
So we're still on stage, we're still dancing, singing, moving, we're still in costumes. But it's been really cool. I feel well equipped for it because I think of my experience. So it's been really interesting to see how it like all fuses together.
Yeah. I forgot who had asked me, but I'm like, it was hard to even call this an actual set just because it feels so communal with that theater space, but there's cameras and all this other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So it's a very big new hybrid for us.
Pretty wild, yeah.
This is definitely like direct result to our current situation, which is the pandemic. And I think that it shows just how resilient theater is and how easy it is to actually mesh what people think as two opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to like the arts, which is film and theater.
Yeah.
There's so much more alike than people think, and it's melding the two together is such a fun experience, and it's we're making history in the sense that we're doing this here at DVC.
Yeah.
Because people don't think that like, oh no, DVC and junior college, they're not gonna like film a musical, but here we are filming a musical.
First of its kind, very exciting.
Yeah, so it's definitely like an experience.
Absolutely.
And I think it's fantastic that we are actually able to do it, and that we have the space to do it, and that we have the people to do it, and everyone I feel is just so excited and so happy to be back in the space. First of all, like that is, yes. So yeah, it's definitely. I'm glad to be.
I mean, I know with Susical, we were performing it live.
Yeah.
So I was just standing like off to the side in the wings.
Yeah.
Like with my makeup belt on, like ready, like, okay, now I'm gonna have to spirit gum a reindeer nose on someone. I'm gonna have to change a wig in 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of like, okay, I gotta be ready at this exact moment to like run there, give the actor, like help them out of costume, help them put a different wig on, help them like change makeup, which is like already so much makeup and you don't want to ruin anything else because you literally don't have time.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of times where I'm like, I'm sorry, your makeup's not as good as I would like it to be, but you have no time, gotta run out there. So I feel like I have more time
Yeah, with like.
Also sad.
Yeah.
Because I like.
You also miss that sort of like adrenaline of like getting things done at a fast pace.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
yeah, I was noticing especially because everything's so compartmentalized when we do it, so you're not running like a full scale show in the span of 2 hours anymore, so you get to take your time with it. I mean, you guys do some brilliant work, and I feel like with that sort of time you get to take, I feel like you're able to do more brilliant work at ease, so that's exciting. So this show deals with a lot of themes, whether it been patriarchy or you know, gender identity, self-discovery, that sort of thing. And I was wondering what's your take and how you feel in presenting these sort of themes in this sort of very flashy jukebox musical.
Oh yeah. I think it's awesome, and I think the fact that it is like such like a flashy musical is really like great for the themes that we talk about in the show, and like it embodies and everything, because it's just about like celebrating who you are and like identity, gender, sexuality, everything like that. Like it's just, and it's such like a fun show, you know. And I think it's great just for the times and for new audiences who might not have ever been like exposed to theater before to like see this as their first show and be like, there is a place for me in theater. Like, it's a really awesome show, and I don't think it's really like anything else out there.
Yeah, no, it's very first of its kind in my opinion. Absolutely.
I definitely feel like this production should have been done a lot sooner, because there's been a lot of you know, questions for people who have definitely been trying to identify themselves in ways and kind of figure out what is okay for them and what is not, and because, you know, in society people have been told to do other things, and that being this or doing this is not okay, and this production really emphasizes and protests against that.
Yeah.
And I love that because, you know, in this musical they not only do it more like jokingly, but it also emphasizes that it is okay to be this. You don't have to follow against what, you know, the norm is, or the traditional way of how society sees it. And I love that, especially because most people that I know, you know, they're not that. And they always try to be what they feel is okay, and that's being themselves. And that's what this musical is. It's just saying it's okay to be you, and I love that.
So what would you ask for anybody that's looking to who's maybe interested in doing makeup, let's say at DVC or anywhere else?
Well, you can always sign up to do makeup for shows. Even if it's not a musical, you can do it for our plays and everything. Because we're always looking for more people. Because it's not just makeup, it's also like hair and wigs. So if you're not comfortable with makeup, you could focus more on wigs or even costume design. Because we have a whole team like sewing like these brilliant costumes, which is also really fun and artsy.
It really takes a village to put on such productions.
It does. I mean, a lot of those people you don't even see half the time, but like they're working.
Yeah.
Or you could even be in the stage makeup class, which is really fun too. You get to do like all crazy things with prosthetics, and that's awesome.
Yeah, all these classes you're able to sign up under www.dvc.edu. And also, if you'd be interested in signing up for any sort of crew work at DVC, you're also able to follow us at DVC Drama Info for Students on Facebook. So, before we go, in the words of Ed Trujillo, as we like to say, why should the audience at home see Head Over Heels?
Because it's awesome. And I mean, Lisa Drummond's the director. Gotta shout out the queen, right? But also, you know, it's the spirit of theater.
Yeah.
And it's never gonna go away. We as people are storytellers, and this is a story that's being told that should be viewed, and it's all of it is just so fun to watch here. That, and I like seeing the way that Enrico is filming it together with everybody, and just like it's gonna look so amazing. It's gonna be. Not as like Hamilton-y, you know, because Hamilton's like, you know,
that's
big like production, but it's definitely gonna have that theater film home sense. Then it's gonna be such a fun time to watch with your entire family. Maybe not the little kiddos.
But parental guidance suggested.
Definitely, but it's gonna be amazing, and I encourage you, the audience, to see it. You're gonna regret it if you don't watch it. I'm just saying.
You guys should definitely see Head Over Heels, not only because one, The choreography for it is amazing. I know I have to rehearse it at least 5 times a day. But it's also because we get to enjoy it. We get to sing. We get to do all the things we love to do. And I know you guys who are, whoever's going to be behind the screen is watching it, obviously loves it too. So obviously you should watch it because it's everything that we love and everything that we enjoy. And it's super colorful and bright. Like, who doesn't want to see that?
And more accessible.
Indeed, yeah.
Because it's a beautiful show. I mean, as someone on like the crew, we're making like the set designers have made it beautiful. Like, I didn't think that being online it would be so eccentric, but it really is. Like, there's all kinds of like things hanging from the ceilings, like a tent and a bunch of cool stuff, like snakes and whatever.
It's a very visually striking show.
It is. And it's not just like, okay, let me film this on my iPhone.
Yeah.
It's like a whole film team making beautiful shots, not one like straight shot. They're working really hard on this. And of course, the makeup and the wigs are also something I'm really proud of. But it's just a really visually appealing show. So even if you're not like into musicals as much, it's something interesting to watch. It's beautiful, and I'm really proud of it.
It's a great story. It's full of amazing, talented cast members and the crew and everybody, the designers, like everybody is working so hard on the show to make it look amazing. And from like the footage I've seen so far, it does. Like, it is gonna be really cool. So I think people should just stream it because it's like one of a kind. Like, even with COVID and everything.
Also, you can
like,
stream it.
And you can stream it, exactly. Like, literally anybody can stream it. So you don't have an excuse. You can't make it to the theater. So get online.
Well, thank you so much, Brianna. Thank you so much, Daphne. Well, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us, Evelyn. Thank you so much, Logan. It's very kind of you to sit down and chat with us under our very tight schedule. So, for more information, be sure to visit www.dvcdrama.net. And also, if you'd like to support DVC Drama, be sure to donate at any point using this link that I'll probably Photoshop at one point here. Yeah, you'll see it. It's
right about there. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
There we go.
Yeah, like right here.
There we go.
You see it?
Yeah. It's right
On
there we go.
there.
It moved. Oh.
Yeah, it keeps moving. We can't control it. I'm sorry. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.